In a startling declaration that sent shockwaves across the international community, Polish Prime Minister Donald Tusk accused Russia of orchestrating a campaign of global air terrorism. Speaking at a joint press conference in Warsaw, alongside Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, Tusk revealed his government's fears of Russia's insidious plans. The Polish leader highlighted the gravity of the situation, suggesting that Russia's alleged plots extended beyond the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, targeting airlines and civilians worldwide. The joint press conference, held on 15 January 2025, served as a platform for both leaders to reiterate their unwavering solidarity in the face of Russian aggression. Standing shoulder to shoulder with Zelensky, Tusk aimed to send a clear message of unity and defiance. His chilling accusations against Russia underscored the high stakes of the ongoing conflict and its potential to spill over into a global crisis. While Tusk expressed unwavering confidence in the credibility of the intelligence received, he refrained from disclosing specific details about the alleged terror plots. The Polish Prime Minister emphasized the need for caution and discretion in handling sensitive intelligence matters, particularly in the current geopolitical climate. However, whispers of Russian plots to smuggle explosives onto cargo planes bound for the United States have been circulating among Western security officials, with incidents in Germany and England over the past year raising serious concerns. The recent accusations against Russia, while alarming, are unfortunately not entirely unexpected. The Kremlin has been repeatedly accused of resorting to sabotage and hybrid warfare tactics, often targeting critical infrastructure and civilian targets. These accusations paint a disturbing picture of a regime willing to employ unconventional and often ruthless methods to achieve its geopolitical objectives. One cannot help but recall the tragic downing of Malaysia Airlines flight MH17 in 2014, an incident that continues to cast a long shadow over Russia's relations with the West. While Russia has consistently denied any involvement in the downing of the passenger jet, international investigations have pointed the finger squarely at Moscow. The incident, which claimed the lives of all 298 people on board, serves as a stark reminder of the human cost of Russia's willingness to engage in such reckless acts. Adding to the list of accusations, Czech Transport Minister Martin Kupka claimed in April 2024 that Russia had made thousands of attempts to sabotage European railway systems since the start of the war in Ukraine. These alleged attempts, aimed at disrupting transportation networks and sowing chaos, have been met with outrage and condemnation from European leaders. While the Kremlin has dismissed these claims as baseless, the accusations have further eroded trust in Russia's intentions and its commitment to international norms. Beyond physical sabotage, Russia has also been accused of engaging in cyber warfare, spreading disinformation, and interfering in the elections of democratic countries. These tactics, collectively known as hybrid warfare, are designed to undermine Western democracies from within, sow discord among allies, and erode public trust in democratic institutions. The use of such tactics demonstrates a blatant disregard for international law and the sovereignty of other nations. Tusk's accusations, if proven true, have far-reaching implications for global security and international relations. The potential for Russia to engage in acts of air terrorism on a global scale represents a significant escalation of tensions and poses a direct threat to the safety and security of civilians worldwide. This revelation has the potential to further destabilize an already volatile geopolitical landscape, pushing the world closer to the brink of a wider conflict. The United States, a key ally of Poland and Ukraine, has responded to Tusk's accusations with a mixture of caution and resolve. While acknowledging the seriousness of the allegations, the White House has refrained from making any definitive statements regarding the veracity of the claims. However, U.S. intelligence officials have confirmed that they are closely monitoring the situation and are working closely with their Polish counterparts to assess the credibility of the intelligence. The potential for Russia to target civilian aviation has sent shockwaves through the international community, prompting calls for increased security measures at airports and heightened vigilance among intelligence agencies. The International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO, has called for an emergency meeting to discuss the implications of Tusk's accusations and to coordinate a global response to the threat posed by potential Russian air terrorism. The potential ramifications of these accusations extend beyond the immediate security concerns. Economically, the threat to global aviation could have a devastating impact on international trade, tourism, and the global economy as a whole. Politically, this situation threatens to further isolate Russia on the world stage, leading to increased sanctions, diplomatic isolation, and a further breakdown of trust between nations. As the world grapples with the implications of Tusk's accusations, the path forward remains unclear. The international community finds itself at a crossroads, caught between the need to address the very real threat posed by Russia's alleged actions and the desire to avoid further escalation of tensions. The coming weeks and months will be critical in determining whether this crisis can be resolved through diplomacy, or whether it will spiral into a wider conflict with potentially catastrophic consequences. Some experts believe that dialogue and diplomacy offer the best hope for de-escalating the situation. They argue that open communication channels between Russia and the West are essential for addressing concerns, clarifying misunderstandings, and finding a peaceful resolution to the current crisis. They advocate for a diplomatic approach that focuses on confidence-building measures, arms control agreements, and a renewed commitment to international cooperation. Others, however, are more skeptical of Russia's willingness to engage in meaningful dialogue. They point to Russia's past behavior, including its annexation of Crimea in 2014, and its ongoing aggression in Ukraine, as evidence that the Kremlin is not interested in peaceful solutions. These skeptics argue that the international community must take a tougher stance against Russia, imposing further sanctions, strengthening NATO's military presence in Eastern Europe, and providing Ukraine with the military support it needs to defend itself. As the world watches with bated breath, the stakes have never been higher. The outcome of this crisis will have profound implications not only for the future of Ukraine and the European security order, but for the very foundations of international peace and security.